Okay, here we have a 1986 Buick Grand National. This is a T-top car. This car was painted 2 years ago. Hardly driven after they got painted. She's a little dirty. I haven't had the time to do a full detail on it. The paint does have some watermarks here and there, like for example right here, that come off. I had my son dry it off. We rinsed it off Sunday. We drove it all day Sunday with the family. So paint job is I call it a 2-stage. Some people call it 3-stage. I mean, it's not it wasn't just a scuff and shoot. It was done right. And it's a base coat, clear coat. As you can see me in the reflection there. I mean, it's a very high gloss finish. Again, like I mentioned, she's a little dirty right there. It's dusty. I keep it in the garage. It does have newer wheels. The tires are a little dirty. It's got 275 40 18s in the rear. That's 275 40. And in the front, has 245 75. So the rear ones are a lot wider. Again, like I mentioned, she's a little dirty, and it is freezing out here, so I really it would be hard to wash it and try to dry it when it's this cold out here. But I mean, still a very clean car. I mean, and the body, for being a black car, you know, you got to have good body work for black cars. I mean, it's a straight body. I know I can only catch so much on video as far as how straight it is, but it's not a wavy car. It does have T-tops, and like I mentioned, we did wash the car. I made sure to spray really good up there to make sure that the T-tops didn't leak, and they do not leak. Take a look at the interior. The interior is basically damn near in mint condition. I'll show you. It does have one flaw, but and the car also comes with the original T-top bags. They're in the trunk. It comes with the GNX fender flares, which the gentleman that I got it from, he didn't care for the flares. So when the car got repainted, he removed them. He said that he didn't like them. So, and I'm glad I asked, because he had totally forgot about it. So I told him I wanted them when I bought the car. Back seat looks like nobody's ever sat in it. Let's take a look at the passenger side. And all the power windows work. Somebody had asked me, they wanted to see the bottom of the doors are not rusted. Here's the flaw that I was talking about. Right there. That's the only thing that's really wrong with the interior. Let's fire it up. This is going to be pretty much a cold start. Fires right up. It's got a radio. It's got speakers hooked up to an amplifier. Your heater works. Like I mentioned, we drove it on Sunday, and it was somewhat of a nice day, but you know, we still need to have our heat on. So I always put it on defrost. It works really good, actually. Let's take a look at the motor. It's got stock exhaust. I mean, this car's not been modified much at all. The only thing in here that's been upgraded was this radiator. It's a special radiator for Grand Nationals. The gentleman told me he paid like $895 just for that radiator. It's got dual fans. They kick on with the temperature sensor. That's brand new, as you can see. Mechanically, I mean, it's 100%. That's the kind of car I was looking for. I didn't want any mods. I mean, the car's really fast as it is. But it's a little dirty under here. The car was inherited by two brothers. This was their father's car, so it just, after he passed away, it pretty much just sat in the shop. They said they drove it a couple times a year, local car shows, that was about it. So it collected a lot of dust. Let's take a look at the trunk. This is a turnkey car. I mean, you don't have to do anything to enjoy it. It runs really good. I'm gonna put the phone down. Sorry, I couldn't do that with two hands. Oh, that's my son's baseball bag. I took him to practice in it the other day. On Sunday, actually. So yeah, there's the flares right there. Those are probably gonna need to be painted. They gotten taken off. Here's the bags for the T-tops. I mean, all your trunk cardboard is still intact. It's got a little amplifier right here. Little Rockford Falls Gate amplifier hooked up to the, I'm assuming 6x9s right there. So sounds pretty good. There's some gaskets, not sure what those are to. It's the speedometer paperwork, comes with the shirt. Yeah, here's the bags for the T-tops. Here's the RPO codes. That's the code you're looking for right there. WE2. That means it's a Grand National. No rust. Make sure I got the keys in my pocket before I lock them in here. Oh, where are they at? Okay, they're in my pocket. And like I mentioned, you know, it's a GNX quote-unquote tribute car. So it's got the GNX badges. The flares are in the trunk. It's got the GNX steering wheel emblem. GNX style aftermarket dash cluster. Power seats work. I'm a pretty tall guy, so I put it all the way to the back setting. Oh, let's take a look at the bottom of this door here. Let me get under here. As you can see, there's no rust under there. Floors are solid as can be. Rockers are solid. This was not a rust bucket by no means. This car lived in Southern California. Yeah, there she is. I know I got a gentleman that said he's like 5 hours away. I got numerous people calling me from California, so I figured I'd make this video. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. That way I could just send everybody a link. Very nice straight car. For a really good price.